In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful. When we look at the commands of Allah, we often see them as acts of worship obedience to the divine without question. And indeed, that is the essence of faith, to submit fully to the will of our Creator. But what if I told you that every single command Allah gave us is not a restriction, but a protection? What if I told you that Allah did not prohibit anything for His servants except that which could harm them, and He did not command anything except that which contains their benefit? Today we are going to explore one of the most profound examples of this divine mercy. The waiting period known as Iddah prescribed for divorced women and widows in Islam. The command, a period of patience. For a divorced woman, Allah commands a waiting period of 3 menstrual cycles. For a widow, the period extends to 4 months and 10 days. On the surface, the purpose is clear: to establish the paternity of any potential child and to provide a time of mourning. But here's where it gets fascinating. When modern science casts its light upon these rulings, we discover layers of wisdom that could only come from the Creator of humanity Himself. The protein imprint. A biological reset. Scientists have discovered something remarkable. A man's semen contains 62 types of proteins, creating a unique biological imprint within a woman's body. This imprint varies from man to man, as unique as a fingerprint. And here is where the miracle unfolds. Research suggests that the menstrual cycle serves as a cleansing process for this biological imprint. The first menstruation after separation eliminates approximately 32 to 35% of this imprint. The second removes 67 to 72%. By the third, up to 99.9% is cleared from her system. Now think about that. If a woman were to remarry immediately, the new husband's biological imprint would mix with the remnants of the previous husband's S within her womb. Scientists who study this phenomenon propose that such mixing could potentially increase health risks for the woman, including uterine cancer. Allah, in His infinite mercy, prescribed 3 cycles, not 2, not 1, but 3, to ensure that her body is fully cleansed, fully reset, and fully prepared to receive anew. He did not ban her from remarrying earlier to restrict her freedom. He protected her from a harm she could not see. The widow's extended period, accounting for grief. But why is the widow's waiting period longer? Here again, science reveals a hidden mercy. When a woman experiences the profound grief of losing her husband, her entire physiology responds to that emotional trauma. It's the intense sorrow, the depression, the weight of loss. These are not merely feelings. They are biological states that affect every cell of her body. The theory proposes that this profound emotional state can make the husband's protein print more firmly embedded in her womb. The grief, in essence, holds on to the imprint more tenaciously. Therefore, the prescribed period of 4 months and 10 days becomes the necessary time for this imprint to be completely eliminated, counting for the physiological changes caused by grief. He made her wait longer because He knows what she carries both in her heart and in her body, and He knows exactly how long it takes for both to heal. The embryo's heartbeat, certainty in times of uncertainty, and then there is the matter of precision that astonishes the mind. Medical science has identified that an embryo's heartbeat typically begins on the 126th day of pregnancy. The waiting period for a widow is 130 days. Do you see it? The 10th day after completing 4 months is precisely day 126. By the end of her Iddah, if she is pregnant, there will be definitive medical proof, a detectable heartbeat of the pregnancy. Before this point, signs like a missed period or nausea are stages of uncertainty. But Allah's timing ensures that uncertainty is replaced with certainty at the exact moment when science can provide an answer. This is not coincidence. This is design. Genomic imprinting. Protecting the unborn child, perhaps the most profound scientific discovery that illuminates the wisdom of Iddah, comes from the field of epigenetics. It's through a process called genomic imprinting. Scientists have discovered that genes are marked with their parent of origin, and these marks determine how the genes are expressed in the child. Some genes are only expressed from the mother's copy. Others are only expressed from the father's copy. There exists a fascinating tug-of-war within the womb. The father's genes evolutionarily want the baby to grow large and robust, extracting maximum resources from the mother even at her expense. The mother's genes want to balance the baby's growth to conserve her own energy for this pregnancy and future ones. This delicate dance requires absolute clarity about who the father is. If a woman were to conceive a child immediately after divorce or the death of her husband before the Iddah is complete, the child's genetic blueprint would be in a state of confusion. The scientific literature warns that disruptions in the normal balance of imprinted genes can lead to catastrophic effects, FX, for abnormal birth weight, body composition, metabolic diseases like type 2 diabetes and obesity later in life. The prescribed Iddah ensures there is absolutely no doubt about paternity. This allows the intricate dance of genomic imprinting to occur correctly, giving the child a healthy start based on a clear and singular parental lineage. Allah did not restrict the mother to protect himself. He protected the child, the innocent soul who had no say in when he or she would be conceived. Beyond the physical, healing the heart, and finally, there is the matter of the heart itself. The waiting period is not only about physical health, it serves a crucial function for emotional and psychological well-being. For a divorced woman, it provides a mandatory buffer zone to process the end of the marriage. For a widow, it is a formal period of mourning. Rushing into a new relationship without this time for healing and reflection could lead to making poor decisions based on grief or loneliness, decisions that could ultimately harm one's emotional and mental health for years to come. Allah, in His mercy, did not leave the grieving and the wounded to navigate their pain alone. He gave them time, sacred, protected, purposeful time. A final reflection. So when we look at the Iddah, what do we see? We see not a restriction, but a protection. We see not a punishment, but a prescription for healing. We see not an arbitrary rule, but a divine mercy encoded in the very fabric of our biology. Allah says in the Quran, "And it may be that you dislike a thing while it is good for you, and it may be that you love a thing while it is bad for you. Allah knows while you know not." This is the essence of every divine command. Allah, who created us, knows what harms us and what benefits us. He did not prohibit anything except that which could hurt us. He did not command anything except that which could heal us. The Iddah is not a waiting period. It is a gift trapped in the language of law, revealed in the words of revelation. And now, centuries later, illuminated by the very science that seeks to understand His creation, subhanallah. Glory be to the one who knows what we do not know, and who loves us more than we could ever love ourselves.